Okay. Hello. It is day 8 of 75 hard, so I'm going to give you guys a 1-week review. See what it's been about. Sitting here in the beautiful mountains of the Waitakeries. I should probably put a mic on. I can't be bothered. It's in my bag somewhere. So, what's been my experience with 75 so far? Well, it's been 7 days, 8 including today, but I'm not done yet. It's been really good, but I've had quite a few realizations that I'd like to share. One of the biggest things I feel like I've learned is that routine is very important and very, very helpful. It's kind of hard to get into it, but once you do get into it, it's quite easy to stay there. And it actually makes things a lot easier. Kind of puts you on autopilot, you know. But another thing that I want to say, it's not such a positive side of it, which you could say I'm just coping with the fact that it's hard, which it's not really. But that is, I feel like I'm finding it harder to live in the moment. I'm currently writing in my journal, and something I'm talking about is how I really struggle to live in the moment. And this is actually something I've learned from my fitness clients, and something I really need to work on is I have this habit, me in particular, I have this really bad habit, and everyone who knows me knows that I have this habit, is that I love setting goals. I really like setting goals, and I really like hitting them. But it's almost like as soon as I'm about to hit my goal, I increase that goal. I set a new goal before I even celebrate what I've accomplished. You know, I remember that when I set out to bench 140 kilograms or 3 plates and 4 plates, I almost didn't even celebrate. More specifically 3 plates. When I went to bench 3 plates, I had my mindset on it for over a year. And I remember very vividly, while I was pushing the weight up on that final attempt that actually moved up, because I tried it 7 times. I tried 140 7 times. I know you're probably thinking this is very dramatic, but let me speak. I tried 7 times, 6 times, and I failed. The 7th time, I remember as the weight was going up and I moved past the sticking point, I remember thinking, this is it. Like, there's no way this is it. What am I going to do now? And I think that's just a reflection of what my life has it's a very good indication of how I live my life. And I think it's not good. I mean, I can read to you my goals that I made for this year. My goals were to bench 4 plates, make $5,000 from my own business, and get to 85 kilograms. Those are the goals I set this year. And I've hit, there's a lot more that I've also hit, personal goals. Like really big ones actually. But I haven't stopped to celebrate. I've set new ones. And now I've got a list of probably 10 other things that I am trying to do before the end of the year. And it's great. It means I'm pushing forward always in life, but I think it's really important to sit back and be content with what you have. Like, have a day of rest, you know? And it's hard for me to say that because my life is very easy, in my opinion. My life is very easy in my opinion, and I think I always try to make it harder and challenge myself, maybe to prove to myself that I can overcome things. but I'm learning as I go into summer that I really need to just be content with what I have and be happy with the work I am doing. Because I'm putting so much pressure on myself to be amazing and to build this 10k a month business and help heaps of people and become the man. But what I don't realize is that becoming the man, it's a lifelong struggle. It's not something you spend one summer trying to achieve. It's a whole life of lessons that make you into that man that God wants you to be. And I'm trying to rush the process, to be fairly honest. And I shouldn't be doing that. So that's something that 75 Hard has kind of put in my mind. It's not like negative, it's just that I'm learning, right? This is all part of becoming that man, is that I'm learning that I'm very ambitious. I will often bite off more than I can chew. And I need to not take my circumstances for granted. Look at where I am now. I'm sitting in the friggin' mountains on a random Wednesday. There's going to be a time in my life where I won't be able to do this. I know it. I'm going to work very hard to be able to do it, but yeah. On a more practical note, what have my workouts been like this week? So I've just been doing a push-pull leg split twice every week, and then on Sundays I do like an abs workout, and then for my second workout every day I usually go on a 45-minute walk, at least 45 minutes, usually a little bit more because I'm not wearing a weighted vest. But yeah, I think I should increase the intensity a little bit. I know I have it in me. It's not going to take too much out of me to do that. In terms of diet, I've been sticking to it, but I think I also set the rules a little bit loose because 2,400 calories leaves a lot. And I don't really eat confectionery or fast food, so I'm kind of just doing what I normally do in that department, which I think is okay. 4 liters of water has probably been one of the hardest things. I find I nearly forget most days. Like, this is my second bottle of water. But after 2 or 3, I kind of just forget where I'm at. But I know I've been drinking enough because I really scull water. I try have 1 before and after my first workout, 1 at my second workout. So 2 before midday and then 2 after midday before bed. That's how I kind of think about it. Alcohol, I don't drink alcohol, so that's not a struggle at all. I mean, my family was having some wine and beer the other day, but I usually don't drink alcohol, so that's not really a struggle for me. The reading the books it's been great. I love reading, actually. I'm finding the only time where it's difficult is when I'm going to work. Because here's the thing, right? My usual shift is 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. and I have a half an hour break and 2 15-minute breaks. But it also takes me an hour to drive to work. On Saturday it takes me an hour and a half because of traffic. So I will literally, probably 3 or 4 days of the week at least, I will be out of the house from 9 o'clock until 9 p.m. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's not including any workouts. So what I have to do is I bring my book to work and I read it on my break. And that feels like I'm kind of cramming it. So I'm not a fan of that, but it's kind of just what I have to do. I've kind of been losing sleep for that exact reason as well. So yeah, I'd say that the water has probably been the hardest thing. Quite frankly, I don't feel like this is challenging me that much. It's just a consistency battle. Like, it's all mental. That's actually the aim, now that I think about it, so it's good. So if you guys are thinking about starting 75 Hard, I highly recommend you give it a go. But yeah, that main first half of this video is what I wanted to talk about most. Just learning how to be comfortable and content in your circumstances while also working hard to achieve your dreams and your goals. I'm not good at that, so it's something I'm trying to work on. But the good thing about this struggle that I'm going through is that the good thing I think about this struggle is that it's forcing me to rely on God a lot. Like before 75 Hard, I was kind of just focusing on business, and God was kind of getting pushed to the side, which is not good. And I knew it wasn't good the whole time. But the stress was starting to really get to me in 75 Hard. So what? And yeah, it's not the stress of the challenge itself, it's the stress of everything else I'm trying to balance alongside it. Things that's going on in the world. I think a lot, so I get stressed, which is kind of pathetic, but if you're a deep thinker and you think about these kinds of things often, you'll know where I'm coming from. It's not hard to overthink all this bollocks about digital ID and what's going to happen to the world. You just don't know. But I'm trying to take my mind off it, hence why I'm here. Very lovely. I'm having a good time. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I'm going to try post this without editing it. I think that's going to be really good for developing my communication skills. See, everything is centered around improvement. I just can't help it. Anyways, I should probably get walking now. See ya.